What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. Today's video is the 1 month update for Temporal Forces. I can't believe how fast time is going. It feels like Temporal Forces just came out like literally last week, but it has been a month as of today's recording. So we're going to look at the sealed product. We're going to look at the singles. Quite a few movements to talk about if you've been paying attention. The Ghastly made a run. The Morty's Conviction made a run. The top spot has switched places a couple times for that top valued card in the set. The pull rates are still extremely tough from my perspective. I think I've opened, 15 booster boxes of it now. It's tough. It's tough. Before we get to the data, I want to talk about the Pocket Dex app. I've talked about it on a few videos prior to this, and it's a new app for Pokemon collecting. Really cool. I've been using it over the last couple weeks, so I wanted to give a shout out. Kevin and his team are building this app from the ground up to really help you track your Pokemon app. Like I said, I've been using it, and I just started using like the friends feature, the social feature of it. It's actually really, really cool. You get to like look at what your friends have in terms of their collection. So for instance, if we're both collecting Lost Origin, I can see what percentage of Lost Origin you have compared to what I have. I can see what cards you're missing. I can see what cards you maybe have duplicates of, so we can facilitate a trade. Really cool stuff. And Kevin just sent me this note here. So it says, I wanted to ask you to say a massive thank you to everybody who downloaded the app and to those who gave feedback. We really appreciate it. We hear the feedback regarding an Android version, and we're working on a solution. But as I mentioned in my responses to the comments, we're just two guys, so please be patient and we will get there. So it's coming. It's coming. You just got to be patient. In the meantime, we've been working on some new features for the Pocket Dex, and the following will be released in the next month. So that's coming up really quick. Like, he sent this a couple days ago. So I'm looking forward to number one, especially. An ability to track the total worth of the collection over time with some nice graphs. The ability to track sealed products. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 3, adding more sellers to the currently available from TCG Player part, so you can actually see what's available on TCG Player, go buy cards right from the app into TCG Player. Kind of cool. And of course, we'll continue to tweak and improve the scanning. So here's what he says. If you put it against a white background, works 99.9% flawlessly. If you're holding it up in front of you, like up here, then maybe it's a little bit weaker, but they're just continually making improvements. So a really, really cool app to keep track of your collections. Finally, you might want to hint at a big reveal in 2 to 3 weeks' time. I'm working on something special as a one-off to say thank you to all the community who have supported us so far. Come on, that's sick. Go support the community. I love the Pokemon community. You've supported me. Now go support Pocket Dex, because it's actually a really cool app, up and coming, and it's just going to continue getting better and better over time. Now, let's get to the 1 month update for Temporal Forces. All right, starting with the booster box, currently at $102.77. Honestly, it hasn't done a ton of movement over the first month, which is probably a good thing. Like, lots of the Scarlet and Violet booster boxes right off the bat have dropped, and this one did take that one little drop below $100, but right now still sitting above $100. For a long time, like Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, Scarlet and Violet base set, Paradox Rift, all were below $100. So we'll see if Temporal Forces continues to drop a little bit more. Okay, next we have 2 Elite Trainer boxes. This is the Iron Leaves version, down a little bit to $34.43. Then we have the Walking Wake variant of it, and it's at $35.08. So fairly similar price-wise for both of these. The Elite Trainer boxes, like all through Sword and Shield, all through Scarlet and Violet era so far, seemingly not holding a ton of value. They're just printed so much, it seems like, but still cool. The Sleeve Booster Pack down 14.6% to $3.10, but that's just pretty standard, I think, with a new set. They're readily available, and people have lots of them trying to get rid of them. The storefront's trying to get rid of them. Same with the Loose Booster Packs, $2.78. So honestly, not too shabby at all. And in the grand scheme of things, down 7%, but really not a ton of movement. Pretty typical from my perspective to see a Loose Booster Pack for a new set in that like $2.75 range. Okay, then we're into the cards. I'm only looking at the cards that are currently worth $10 or more. So starting off with this Iron Boulder EX Hyper Rare Gold card, up 36.7%. Actually has seen a really nice upward trend over the first month, and it's currently at $10.24. Then we have the Walking Wake EX, another upward trend on this one, up 20.6%, but I mean, it's only $2, but still a nice upward trend. Currently at $12.41 in the market. Gouging Fire Hyper Rare, up 50.8%, so this one's seen a nice increase. It actually hit a high of almost $17 there. early on in April. Now it's at $12.46. Iron Leaves EX, different looking graph. This one started a little bit higher at 1502 last month, and now it's down a little bit to $12.57. Then we have the Gengar card, currently at $13.16. It did hit a high there shortly for $21.58, but came right back down. There's been some weird stuff happening with some of these cards, as you'll come to see in the near future with some of the bigger cards of the set. Raging Bolt, nice upward trend, currently at $13.55. Then we have this Ghastly card. This is one of the ones that I wanted to spend a little bit of time on, okay? So started off at $20.99, dropped pretty quickly to like that $17 range before really spiking. Seemed like there was market manipulation all over the place, hit a high of $41.30 before... in a 1 month graph, this happened all pretty quickly, and now it's back down to $16.36. There's talk, I mentioned it on a few videos, is this the next Magikarp card that continues to just spike? To be honest with you, this looks like the 1 month graph of Magikarp when it first came out. Okay, it started off low, spiked to like $80, the Magikarp did from Paldea Evolved, came all the way back down to like $40, and now has been climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, and now it's just been parabolic over the last little bit. So this card, I like this card a lot. It's got a little Meowth hiding from all the ghosts. It's got Ghastly in the foreground. There's Haunters in there. There's Gengars in there. Popular Pokemon. I think this card, someone said it in the comments a few weeks ago, this is going to be like the Groudon from Paradox Rift. It's going to be like a $15 to $30 card, somewhere in that range. That's my prediction. There's no way of actually knowing, but I'm just predicting the future for fun. Okay, hyper rare Iron Crown EX is up 5.8%, $18.12. Iron Crown is the most expensive of the hyper rares. Honestly, the gold cards are doing quite well in this set. There's a lot of other sets where the gold cards are just not doing very good. However, so far in Temporal Forces, all the gold cards are doing pretty decent, like holding that $10 plus value, which is good. They're really hard to pull. Okay, we're getting into some of the big cards now. Special Illustration Rare Iron Boulder EX. Nice upward trend here, up 22.2% to $26.60. Airy, the Special Illustration Rare. This one has more of like a parabola-shaped graph. So we started at $29.56, hit a low of $24.84. Now it has been climbing again, up back to $29.29, down 1%. That's like no change whatsoever. Prime Catcher, the only... Ace Spec card on our presentation today, and it's just been holding its value. Started at $30.47, now at $31.93. Did hit a low at the start of April at $24.65, but bounced right back up, so not a ton of movement there. Bianca's Devotion, Special Illustration Rare. Honestly, not a ton of movement here. It's kind of weird to see a graph this stale early on in a set, so I think there's something going on with TCG Player, but current market price of this card, $35.78, not too bad. Iron Leaves, at the start on release day, this was the top card of the set. It's at $57.03. I think it was actually more like $70 on release day. Release day has so much movement going on. Okay, hit a high of $61.48 right after release, then has been slowly dropping ever since, down 21.6% to $44.72. This one isn't even in the top 3 cards anymore. Gouging Fire. This one, probably my favorite pull of the set so far, just because the texture on this card is so good with like the sun rays coming through the trees. It looks absolutely spectacular. This one, big increase in the first like week or two since release, and then it's kind of just been static. So it started at $38.36, now up to $49.04, a 27.8% gain over the first month. Walking Wake, another really cool card that saw a big gain in that first week since release. Started at $35.88, now up to $50.98, so a 42.1% increase. It has been like slowly trending down a little bit because it did hit that high of $59.16, so it's down about $8 since its high, but still holding that value quite well. Raging Bolt, this one, similar graph as the Walking Wake, big increase over the first week of release of Temporal Forces, started at $48.40, spiked all the way to $84.55, and now it's been trending back down, so it's down, I don't know, close to $20 from its high, but still over the first month up 35.5%. We'll see if this one can maintain its value of like a $60 card. Wouldn't be surprised. This is another one that had huge market manipulation, the Morty's Conviction. So all since release, it was just that $35, $40 card. And then all of a sudden, second week into April, it just started spiking up to a high of $92.20. It actually overtook all the cards to be the number one valued card for a couple of days there at $92.20. Now it's right back down to $76.98. So overall over the month, up 104%. But look at that end little blip of the graph. Is it on its way back up? Yet to be determined. I could see this card doing quite well. Still fighting the Iron Crown for that top spot out of Temporal Forces, which leads us to the Iron Crown. This one is more like the Walking Wake and the Raging Bolt graphs, where it had a big spike right off the bat in the first week. So it started at $57.35, spiked up to a high of $101.15 to become the top card of the set. Now it's down about $20, $18 or $19 to $82.69, where it currently sits in the market. It has been slowly trending down since that high, but over the first month, still up 44.2%. So that's the cards for Temporal Forces. I mean, it's pretty typical. There's some movement in the first month. There's probably going to be some movement in the second month of this set as well. But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if lots of these cards, like that $30 to $80 range cards, kind of stay in that $30 to $80 range. I think there's still going to be some movement, but there's a lot of really cool cards in this set, and the pull rates are really, really challenging compared to previous Scarlet and Violet sets. So I think that's going to continue having the price a little higher than we maybe thought before this set released. So that's my final thoughts. Let me know what you think about Temporal Forces. Are you still opening it? Are you done with it? I know there's a few people who open packs on the live streams here at the Poke Office who are just frustrated by this set because it's been tough. It's been tough. But we got to try again. Here's 10 packs of Temporal Forces. Okay, so I actually just opened up 2 booster bundles of it, so I actually got 12 packs. 2 bonus packs. Can we hit a special illustration rare? We'll see. We'll see. I've been trying to actually find a copy of the Iron Crown to purchase, like a PSA 10 contender, and it is proving quite challenging. Quite challenging. People don't want to get rid of these cards. Scissor. Off the bat, nothing too spectacular, but you gotta like getting a hit in your first pack. It always feels a little bit good, you know? Honestly, I've talked about it lots before, but I do really like this set. I like the fact that it's a challenging pull rate, but I will say, when we do the live streams and people aren't getting hits, that makes the live streams a lot more challenging, because it's like you got to keep the energy up, and when people aren't getting the big pulls, then it makes it like it's a lot of fun when we were opening up Paldean Fates, for instance, where it's like you literally are getting hit after hit because there's baby shinies all over the place and whatnot. So for my own personal openings, I like the challenge. So I would love to pull that Iron Crown, though. That one has been lacking. I haven't pulled the Iron Leaves yet. I pulled 2 Morty's Convictions on the live stream. What else? Haven't pulled Bianca's Devotion yet. And there's a few others that I haven't pulled yet as well. I don't think I've pulled the Iron Boulder. Maybe I did. I can't remember. But definitely not 2 of the top ones. I didn't pull... Ooh, Reboot Pod. All right. Ace Spec card. Didn't pull the Raging Bolt either. So lots left to open of Temporal Forces. I'm lucky. Lucky that I get to open up so many packs on the live streams, because honestly, even if it's not for me, I just love the fact that I can say that I've opened up and like I've actually pulled lots of these cards. So definitely on the bucket list to pull the top card of every set. And I think I go through it seemingly every video just because it excites me, but what am I missing? I have never pulled the Blaziken from Chilling Reign. That's kind of like the starting point for me. I love Chilling Reign moving forward, so never pulled the Blaziken. Ooh, this is a nice EX card. Iron Crown. Never pulled the Blaziken. I've pulled the Gengar from Fusion Strike. Pulled the Moonbreon and the Rayquaza from Evolving Skies. Never pulled the Charizard Alt-Art from Brilliant Stars. Never pulled the Machamp from Astral. Never pulled the Giratina from Lost Origin. I got lots of work to do. I have pulled the Lugia. And then Scarlet and Violet era. I think I've pulled the top card from every set except for Paradox Rift. So, and Temporal Forces, I guess. So, lots of work left to do. More Pokemon cards. Oof. But Temporal Forces is tough. Come on, baby. Let's get a hit. Let's get a hit. So, if you're watching this on release, well, we got a Ace Spec card here. Hero's Cape. Alright. 2 Ace Spec cards. But not the Prime Catcher. That's the one that holds all the value. That's the one that holds all the value. 2 packs left. If you're watching this on release, this is the week where we're celebrating 10,000 subscribers. So thank you all. I'm really excited. We're opening up Cosmic Eclipse. We're opening up Unified Minds. Probably some Fusion Strike. Probably some Chilling Reign. Probably some Paldean Fates. Probably some 151. I mean, it's gonna be a fun night. Gonna be a fun night. All right, come on. Last pack. Can we get one more hit? Just pulled 3 cards at a time. What's the opposite of Butterfingers? Nothing there. And nothing there. So, 4 hits out of 12 packs. Seems about standard. Nothing too crazy. Iron Crown's not too bad. 2 Ace Spec cards. That's going to do it for me at the Poke Office. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go check out Pocket Decks on iOS, the App Store, and give some feedback in the comments if you have any feedback, because I know they're looking for it. Go support the community. Thank you for all your support of the Poke Office. And until my next video, peace!